In another video, we've seen how to do the tagging, and in this video now, we will see a few other tricks about the tagging. For this, we're using the ETP Facebook project as a demo. And first, we will see how to isolate a specific tag in the data we have already tagged, and how to re-tag as well, using a new tag or merging two tags into one. First, let's say we want to isolate all the social media posts that were tagged using the free speech public opposition tag. So for that, we go to tag posts here, and then we need to go to post list. This is where we have the filter options. This option does not exist in single posts. As you can see, there's nothing here. It only is accessible in the post list. There. Let's open this one. And we have all the tags here. They're all selected at the moment. Let's deselect them and only focus on the free speech public opposition. We hide the filter options because this section is really big. And as you can see, all the posts that we have now here have the free speech public opposition tag. So the trick here is, let's say, for example, you need to rework on all the posts that have this tag, the free speech and public opposition. And instead of having to go through 10 pages of data, you isolate your data using the filter options, only retrieve the free speech public opposition tag that you're interested in. And you see that is only 2 pages of data you have to go through instead of 10 or more pages, depending on how many posts you have tagged already. Then we can close this one, and whatever you put in the filters will be back to 0. So you don't need to worry about reselecting all the tags in your filter. It's done automatically. Now let's say you want to see, again, the free speech public opposition tag, but for a very specific time, the last week of June. So same, you go to tag posts, post list, show filter options, and you see everything is already selected again. So let's deselect all the tags. Go to free speech public opposition. Now you have all the tags, but that means also for the whole period of the project. And we said we want to get only the posts that were tagged with this and for the period of the last week of June. So this is where you will be changing it. Just here, you select 24th to 30th of June and confirm. Hiding the filter options. And you see now we only have 2 posts that match the requirements. Both posts have the free speech public opposition tag, and they were published in the last week of June. So let's close this now. All right, let's see this free speech public opposition. You see it has a little code F for frame and C because we have A, B, C, and E. And we have 2 C's. The other one is injustice, intimidation. For this exercise, we will only keep one of these 2 tags. Let's say we want to keep the injustice and intimidation tag, meaning that everything that used to be coded as free speech and public opposition needs to be recoded into injustice and intimidation. Of course, you could always go to edit and remove the tag here, but that means that if you remove it before you do the re-tagging, then you have no way to identify the social media posts that have this free speech and public opposition tag, and you have to go through all your data again. So to avoid this, here's the little trick. We go to tag posts, post list. Again, we use the filter options. We deselect everything and only keep the free speech public opposition. You don't need to select both, because if you select free speech, public opposition, and injustice and intimidation, that will give you twice as much as data. So we only want to move whatever was tagged as free speech into injustice and intimidation. Let's hide the filter options, and this is where you do it. You click injustice intimidation, and you can uncheck this one just to make sure that everything is clear visually. Okay, and you can go like this on and on with all the social media posts bearing the tag. When you're done, you just click on close. And after that, you can go to your edit button here. You can remove the tag of free speech. And if you choose, so let's say that the injustice intimidation is not the right title anymore, you can make it here, public opposition. You can rename. When you're done, you just click save, and that will save all the changes you make. All these tricks are for coding data. So you go to tag post, open it, and this is where you can play with your codes. Use the post list, show filter options, and select whatever tag you need to work on again if you've done a mistake or if you want to add a few details. Then when you're done, you just hit close. I will save your changes. If you change anything here in this edit part, the changes will be reflected in the graphs and your whole data will be changed as well. So this is kind of like there's no way back to that. And the time period, you can change it also if you want to focus on specific posts to tag. But the real key here to change the time period is to update the graphs. So that will be shown in a different video where I will show you how to do the graphs and how to change the time period and so on and so forth. Thank you.